Yeah, I mean, I've had some really good conversations to start off the camp a few weeks ago with guys like Tuck and Kevin Young and some of our hitting guys, and just kind of went over what I did well in the season, what I didn't do so well, and it really helped me kind of refine my approach, essentially, and learn what I do well and learn what I don't do so well, and address the things that I don't do so well, while also refining my strengths and always being able to bring my strength to the park. And so those conversations have been really good, but also we have some drills that we've been doing with they're called occlusion goggles, and I've been doing them every day. And you do like mixed batting practice, so you don't know what pitches come in, and then it basically trains your eyes to see the ball better. And I've made a lot of good progress with that, and I think that's really helped me see the ball earlier and make better pitch recognition, better pitch decisions, and better swing decisions ultimately. And I think that's the main thing I'm trying to address right now. Is just the most simple part of the game, getting my pitch and getting a good ball to hit.
Yeah, I saw you guys using those out there today. I couldn't decide if they were like, when I took driver's ed years ago, they gave you drunk goggles the first day. So look, this is how it'll look if you drink and drive. Yeah. And it was like, what do you see when you look through those? Well, how is it?
It is a little bit similar to those. I had the same thing in driver's ed. But basically what it is it's just clear lenses, and they have a machine set up to wherever the release point is. It takes a certain amount of time until those goggles, what happens is a white screen basically flashes in front of you, so you can't see anything. So it turns the glasses off, essentially, and blocks your vision. So say he releases the ball, 0.25 milliseconds from there, so about 20 to 30 feet, you're gaining the information on the pitch, and then it shuts off right there. Whoa. And the rest, you have to anticipate the rest of the pitch shape into the zone, and you have to determine, is it a good pitch or is it not a good pitch? And if I'm going to swing at it, how do I anticipate the shape of the pitch to where my contact needs to be? So it's like, it's an eye drill, but it's also a brain and hand-eye coordination drill. And I've made some good improvements on it. Since the start of camp, I've done it about 5 times a week since then. So really like that drill. I wish I could get a pair of goggles to bring home and use for myself in the off season. But so I made some big strides there, and helps me see the ball better and recognize it earlier.
For me, it would be like a learn how to walk off a ball in the ribs drill.
Yeah. I think. Well, there is some risk. There is some risk with it. If you got a bad BP thrower, if you see it coming at your head, you're ready to jump out of the way. But
you really got to trust. Yeah.
But luckily, everybody here. That's another advantage of being down here right now is, all the arms to throw BP and be able to throw curveballs and changeups and stuff. Where back home, it's just me and my little brother in the cage trying to strike each other out.
So when you're swinging, like you decide this is a pitch I want to hit, you swing, you never see that ball, right? You said it turns off. So like when you're swinging and make contact, that's a white screen.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. When I have the goggles on, but that drill's so tough that when you take the glasses off and take another round, and you see that pitch flight all the way to your bat, it's like it gives you a huge advantage. And I feel like I see the ball for 5 seconds instead of 0.4 milliseconds or however long it takes to get to the plate. So it's a really good drill. So
last season, the power surge that you had kind of like into May, June, and then July, it dropped off after that. Was that kind of maybe a byproduct of just the fact that, hey, welcome back to full season baseball after a year off kind of thing? Or when you look back on that season, what do you take from the second half of the year?
Yeah, I think in the first half of the year, I did a good job of being ready for mistakes in the middle of the plate. And like you said, in May or whatever month that was, I had that really hot streak where I was burning hot, and then kind of started to drop off. Well, in my opinion, going back and reviewing the season and looking at what I did well and what I didn't do so well, the book was starting to get out on me that, hey, this guy's going to chase pitches outside the strike zone. And for a while, I wasn't addressing it. I was still being over aggressive, and that got me into a little bit of trouble in terms of chasing pitches out of the zone and not getting my pitch. And once I started getting towards the end of the year and started to address it, I felt like I was a lot more disciplined with my approach and getting a good pitch to hit. And that's one big lesson I took away from last season was, if I'm not necessarily going to get challenged in the zone or over the heart of the plate, I will gladly take my walk and pass the stick to the next guy and give him a chance. And that's the growth for me right now, is just being a disciplined power hitter and not just a power hitter. Because I don't want to be a guy that is all or nothing, essentially. Like, I want to be the guy that contributes a lot of runs to the team and drives in a lot of runs, but not at the cost of inconsistency in terms of helping the team win. I want to be able to show up every day and give my team a good chance to win the ball game, and that comes with a consistent approach and being a disciplined hitter. So if they want to walk me multiple times in the game, I'll take my walks and pass the stick to the next guy who hits really well behind me. So that's the growth for me right now, and that's kind of what I'm focusing on down here. So
just wait for Bay to hit it off. I think you're wrong. Wait for Bay to hit it off.
Yeah, well, it's always so nice because Bay's always on base, and I've always got guys in front of me that are always on base.
Yeah.
So I want to drive them in, but it doesn't mean I'm necessarily going to get my pitch. So
Right.
if they want to load up the bases and face the next guy, so be it. You got to take what the game gives you. And if you don't, you get yourself into trouble trying to force something. And, you can't force it. You just got to take what the game gives you. If you get your pitch, you get your pitch. If you don't, take your 4 balls and go to first.
That Altoona lineup was also one of the, I know everyone says, 1 through 9, they're dangerous, but you guys actually were 1 through 9. You had a legitimate hitter in that lineup. I mean, does that help with the mindset of, oh, the other guy would just drive me on? I've got Matt Frazier hitting 2 batters behind. I'm fine.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that in a kind of lineup like that if you guys all take a consistent approach and we all are making good decisions at the plate, then somebody's getting their pitch. Whether it's O'Neill, whether it's Castro, whether it's me, whether it's Frazier, Cal, you name it. I mean, you let any one of those guys get their pitch and it's trouble. So also being in a clubhouse like that where everybody's on the same page, everybody's there having fun, but also trying to get better every day and go win a ball game that day. So
What have you worked on defensively down here? Anything, specifics? I know you're always working on stuff, but
Yeah.
defensively, what have you tried to get better at?
the focus down here has been mostly picks, which I think I made good strides in 2021. But I think that's the most valuable thing a first baseman can bring to a team. You only get so many ground balls playing back, especially with runners on base and like a right-handed hitter up essentially. You only get so many ground balls per game, but the other 3 guys on the infield get a lot of ground balls per game. And being able to pick a ball out of the dirt and increasing my range around the bag, I think gives those infielders a lot more faith in being able to make a tough play and just throw it in my direction and understand that I'm going to have a good chance of catching that ball, whether it's in the dirt or high or one way or another. So that's been the main focus, just trying to get better at that and being able to scoop those balls out of the dirt.
That's something that KY was pretty good at. He moved around a little bit. Yeah, he put a lot of time on just the exact thing, so I'm sure some of that rubbed off on him as well.
Yeah, very fortunate to have been working with KY for the past 5 years. I could name a few coaches offhand, Gary Green, Jamie Carroll, guys like that. But KY, having played the position on the team that I want to play, is good to have, and his kind of information and experience that he went through. There's just not many people with that kind of experience that you get to talk to and pick their brain and learn from, and he's been a huge help for me the past 5 years now, I guess it is. So been working with him a lot, and You know, he's very personable and knows how to teach. So it's been great.
This is a pretty big week, important week for you and a couple other of the young guys that are down here where it comes to roster decisions. On your mind at all, or is it something that, hey, it's out of my control, there's only so much I can do at this point?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been brought up and talked about, and obviously it's coming up, but what's the point in stressing about it when you can't control it? You know, I've played my season, and you know, at the end of the day, I left everything out there and really made it a focus to try to get better every day and make sure I was ready for 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. that day. So obviously we'll see what happens, but like I said, out of my control. But I'm excited. I'm excited for the future. So it's exciting times.
I wanted to ask you a little bit more about that. Do you start playing chess in your head, like I fit here, or so-and-so might fit here, or this is this guy's contract status or that guy's contract status? Like, is that sort of unavoidable as you get closer? Or again, is it just, I can't control it, it doesn't matter, I need to play well?
Yeah, I mean, I just stick to the day-to-day mostly. I just try to focus on the moment and just try to do what I can do and control the controllables is what has always been preached to me throughout my time here in the Pirates. And like I said, you don't know what the future is going to hold. Our manager in AA has this saying that he's been saying for the past few years that he's coached me. He says, you never know in this game. And he always brings up examples like Castro starting the year in AA, and they needed a guy up in Pittsburgh, and sure enough, he was on the next flight. And that's what he means. Like, you just never know in this game. It could go one way, it could go another. You just don't know. But at the end of the day, you can just take care of what you can take care of, and just like I said, it's the most cliche approach, but get better every day. And if you do that, and you compile good day after good day after good day, down the road, you know, you get down the road a few years, and you're a lot better than you used to be. You know, and that's how I feel right now. Like 5 years ago, if I would have known all the stuff I know now, I would have told 18-year-old me to probably do some things differently. So, just control the controllables.
You're still playing winter ball, right? Are you going from here to Mexico, or what's
Not
next?
anymore.
Okay.
Just doing this camp and then going home for the rest of the off season.
Okay.
Training away and try to come into spring training in the best shape I have been and get my swing ready to go.
Same workout with Dad, whole deal?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah. We're definitely pushing each other. I haven't got to work out with him too much recently because I've been down here and obviously in the season and stuff. But I'm sure when I get back in town, we'll get back to it. He just finished up a competition this last weekend,
nice.
so we'll be getting after it. And same with little bro too.
Yeah.
He'll be in there with us. So
Good stuff.
From the never